Hello, Faithful Warriors. Thank you for joining me. I just wanted to do my Tuesday night video. It is still 11:55, so this counts. Thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to clarify something I said in my last prayer video. I know I mentioned that I don't like the sin word. And just to explain myself, the reason why I don't like the sin word because it is used so much like a weapon, unfortunately, with Christians. Used so much to the point where people outside of Christianity, outside of the church, feel like it's impossible to even become a Christian because of the rules stacked up against them and them not even seeing that that's not possible for me to live a life because there's so much that I would have to live up to. I'd have to be Jesus to be a Christian. And I've heard plenty of times with people saying, well, I just need to get right. I want to be with Jesus. I want to follow him. I want to, be saved, but I need to get right first. And I feel all of that stems from this notion that a lot of Christians have, saying that they follow these things, yet they go home or they're out in public acting totally different from the way that they were taught in the church, which makes it just, it's no wonder that so many people outside of the church feel like there are a lot of hypocrites around us, because it's literally what we're seeing. You preach this, but you do that. So that's why the sin word, yes, is true. There is sin. Don't get me wrong. I certainly see it. I understand what it is, and I've seen it in the Bible and things of that nature. So I know that there's certainly sin, but I feel like that word has been abused and it's keeping people away from being with God and finding a relationship with him. So, the Bible verse I wanted to use for this one, it comes from Romans. Me and Tyrone got back to reading the word again. We were going really hard for a while and then we stopped for a while. So now we're back on. And I share these things just to show like we are all human, and human's not a bad word. I think that we don't give ourselves a whole lot of credit. We're fighting this human body every single day and trying to do the best, trying to be our best. Yet, our human nature continuously rises up. So I'd rather just be open with all of y'all. I'd rather keep it real with all of y'all. Be funky. Keep it funky with you, because I don't want to put out some kind of a notion that I'm doing everything perfectly. I don't want to be like some kind of prayer Christian epitome, the best of the best, or some kind of fictional character in your brain of who I could be. So that's why I would rather be real with you and show my humanness, not only to be real with you, but also to show you like, yeah, I have my days just like you have your days. I feel like the more that we continue to relate to each other, not only show the good things, express the good things, but share the bad things as well, I feel like we can all get through a lot of things a lot easier and still remain as holy as we can possibly be. Ain't that nice? So I'm in Romans chapter 9, verse 30. I'm going to go all the way to the end, which is at 33. And it says, oh, this is the NLT. It says, what does all this mean? Even though the Gentiles were not trying to follow God's standards, they were made right with God. And it was by faith that this took place. But the people of Israel who tried hard to get right with God by keeping the law never succeeded. Why not? Because they were trying to get right with God by keeping the law instead of by trusting Him. They stumbled over the great rock in their path. God warned them of this in the scriptures when He said, I am placing a stone in Jerusalem that makes people stumble, a rock that makes them fall. But anyone who trusts in Him will never be disgraced. And when it comes to talking about and telling people things that they should or shouldn't be doing, I want to reiterate, I totally believe it's not our place to be doing those things. What is wrong with letting people find God for themselves, create that relationship with Him, and let the Lord's correction come upon them? Or let God change that heart to the point where it's like, well, maybe I don't want to do this any longer. And that's just one of those many miracles that God can do. I feel if we do our best to just exude a life of positivity that comes from God, because you are getting the peace that surpasses all understanding. You're receiving the joy unspeakable that He has for us. You've created a relationship with Him, and you have found your destiny, what you're supposed to be doing in your life, how you're supposed to be moving through. And having that information, knowing those things, walking in what He has for us, puts us in a great space. God's light shines brighter and brighter within us, and people want to see what's going on with you. And when you tell them that it's God, eventually they want to try to see what's going on with that. I call that a seed planted. As long as a seed planted, somebody going to water, and the Lord is just going to make that seed germinate and turn into a Christian. Or just even a lover of God, or however you want to call it. Sometimes I even just want to say, I'm spiritually holy or something like that. I don't know. Sometimes people make the word Christian even bad. At its purest form, yes, I am a Christian, but one thing that I won't do is fall under the things that people think a Christian should be. I want to find out what God wants me to be. And I hope that you find the courage and find the time to find what He wants you to be. So I thank you for joining me for this little bit of time. And I also want to encourage you, as I think I'm going to start encouraging every single time I have a video. Continue to fight. Fight every single day. Fight every negative thought that comes your way. Fight every single thing that isn't holy. Fight every single thing that the Lord does not want you involved in. And you know what that is, because you feel that pull, that tug, that conviction every time you get presented with it. Fight those things, and I know that you will come out on the other end. You will see the light at the end of that tunnel. You will be able to stand on the top of that mountain. I love you much. Bye.